Good evening, sir. Frank Malloy, Chicago Police Department. As you probably know by now, I've been charged with investigating the murder of Joe Costello. And in my investigations, I have come to realize that maybe you're a guy that I need to talk to. You're Bradley Geller, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. This is about Mr. Costello. I didn't know the man very well, just, the professional stuff. I'm his accountant. I mean, I seen him as much as any other accountant would see the client, but... Yeah.
I understand. But it's really your business relationship that I want to discuss with you at this stage. As you say, you were the accountant of Joe. What did he... I mean, obviously an accountant does the books, but this is no ordinary client. How did you end up working for him?
Well, straight out of school, like, you know how it is. You're looking for work, and I went to Harvard, and I was considered, well, I'm still considered one of the best accountants in the country. And well, Joe came to me, and well, an associate of Joe came to me and said, "Would you like some extra work on the side?" And I'm more than happy to help one of the most influential characters in the city.
You're a Harvard guy. I never got to college. I never had that education that evidently you have, Mr. Geller, but I like to think that I wasn't born yesterday. I mean, you must have realized that Joe Costello was no ordinary businessman, that this guy was certainly somewhat criminal in his foundations.
Did I turn a blind eye every now and again when a few thousand turned up on the books, or did I maybe turn a blind eye when things went missing? Yeah, perhaps, but I always thought Joe was, well, at the heart of it, quite a good guy until quite recently, and well, I knew he was involved in things he shouldn't have been involved in, but then there's a lot of people that are, and that doesn't make them bad people, does it?
No, I know that people do things that are wrong from time to time, which doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad, but Mr. Geller, this is Joe Costello. The guy's mafia. He's a crime boss, and you're a young guy out of college. Okay, I get it that you might have wanted a bit of work, but I just can't understand how an educated guy like yourself, out of Harvard, ends up working for a mafia boss. Come on, there's got to be something more to it. You got to be telling me that there's something.
Okay. Mr. Costello, anybody he had in his pocket, he had in his pocket. He had information. He had the whereabouts of your loved ones, of a spouse, or he had, I don't know, something you've done in your past. Joe always liked to be in control of every room he was in, and every person. So with me, he knew where to lean, and my soft spot, well, my soft spot is my soft spot is my folks. Okay? He said that if I didn't do what he wanted me to do, then my folks and I would be sleeping with the fishes, you see, yeah?
I understand. It would have been a lot easier, Mr. Geller, if you just said that from the start. I'm not here to judge you. I just need to get to the bottom of the matter. So he put pressure on you. He said that he would whack your parents and you if you didn't do the work for him. That's understandable. I get that. I can understand that it's a predicament that you don't like. But a guy like you, surely at some point you must have considered that you might have wanted out of this particular situation.
Well, yeah, the thought definitely crossed my mind from time to time, but as I said to you, I couldn't do anything. I didn't have anything that I could get away with. My family is here.
You heard that there was a meeting called for tomorrow night. I understand that everybody seemed to know about it. Did you know about it?
All I knew about it was Joe told me to come to this meeting and to make sure the books were above board, make sure everything was right. So that's what I was doing. I was making sure all the numbers added up.
And did you know that there was a letter found in his hand when he was found dead?
I haven't been aware or made aware of any letter.
Now, this letter was anonymous, Mr. Geller, and inside it made accusations against a number of people for particular activities that they've been dealing with. People who cheated on him, people who stole from him. Do you know anything about this, Mr. Geller?
That wouldn't be my line of work. I'm not an investigator like yourself. All I deal in is numbers, and that's all I care about. And I just keep my head down and do the books like it's my job, I suppose. I wouldn't know anything about anything like that.
So it never crossed your mind that, as you're a Harvard guy and a guy of intelligence, that you might be tempted to, I don't know, change a 1 to a 9 on the books, or make something disappear that came in so that Joe never realized. There's got to be a lot of money passing through those books. Surely you could have made a few $1,000 disappear from time to time. It never crossed your mind?
Well, wouldn't be human to say it never crossed my mind, but it's a different thing from it crossing my mind and actually doing it. I couldn't do something like that. I'm a respected member of the community.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Mr. Geller. I don't see you as somebody who would automatically think criminal before acting, but I don't know, you're working with criminals, you're in the pocket of a criminal, and maybe somebody somewhere decided to say, hey, why don't we work together, change the books, make a little money, Joe never has to know. Hey, but you keep denying it. I can only go by the facts and what I find out. Now, before I go, Mr. Geller, is there anything that you want to tell me? Now's a good time as any.
No, I have nothing. I mean, you'll find out what you find out. I'm a good, hard-working, honest man.
Okay, Mr. Geller. I do hope that your parents are okay now that you must be able to breathe a little easier now that Joe's dead.
Well, that's certainly true, but... Well, yeah, I have to admit I'm glad the bastard's dead.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Geller. Listen, I got other people to talk to. Thanks for your time. Oh, by the way, I assume you know that you have to remain in the city until this investigation's over?
Yeah. Yeah, I know nowhere else to be anyway, just here with my books.
Yeah, you stay safe now. Talk to you soon, Mr. Geller.